All right. And so, ready? Welcome to Business Wisdom Wednesday here at the brand new Hush Harbor. Now, Hush Harbor is a new place where when you come in, you put your phones up. The reason you put your phones up to make personal connections. Can we connect? Yes. And today we're connecting with Chef April. My sister is world renowned. You might have seen her on TV, but if you haven't tasted her food, oh my God, you're missing out. So, Chef, tell us a little bit more about you, and then let's go into this amazing business of yours that's
Absolutely.
feeding us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. First, thank you for having me
Come
here.
on.
And thank you to the Greater Washington Urban League. So, of course, my name is Chef April Winston. I'm the owner of Rain's Kitchen. And Rain's Kitchen has been around for maybe about 5 years. It started out as just a small idea just to make some extra money, and it's grown into this really huge or soon to be huge
No, you
business.
speak it into existence.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's definitely taken a lot of traction, and I'm really proud about it. So it's a Southern global cuisine, and so I say Southern global cuisine because we have all types of clients. Whether it's catering to a dietary restriction or someone calls and say, "Hey, I have an idea. I want to have Mediterranean Greek food." We even provide Mediterranean and Greek food along with our Southern heritage. And we
Mm.
also cater to, again, dietary restrictions and also around wellness. So we're really big on taking a lot of the fuss out of the food.
Yes.
Yes.
Taking the fuss out of the food. You got to tell us about that because see, I mean, people are eating now more nowadays, eating to live.
Yes.
And you knew that years ago, and you like really providing such a nutritional, but it's an experience when you dine with your food. So
Yes.
tell us, how did you come to that? Feeding us with love.
Absolutely. So most things, again, is rooted in my Southern roots and my African American culture. It all started with my grandmother. And so growing up, I would see her cook with a lot of pork items, lard and pork sausage, things like that. And so she had hypertension. She had high blood pressure. She had all of those things. And so, always being a thick girl, I didn't want that same outcome for myself.
Got
And
it.
so, even with me being a plus size woman, I don't have diabetes, I don't have hypertension, I don't have all
Your
of those
skin looks
things.
good, girl.
Thank you. I don't have all of those things that are normally associated with African American food. And I would hear people to say, "Oh no, I don't want black food, or I don't want African American food because it has too much fat, or it has too much pork, it has too much this." People would already counsel us out eating our cuisine
Mm-hmm.
because they automatically associate it with a health issue.
Ah.
And so I wanted to prove that we can have really amazing Southern style cuisines without the pork, without the lard, without all of those really unhealthy fats that ultimately could be our demise.
But you got the flavor. So how did you get the flavor up in there? You about to make me scratch. How did you get the flavor up in there? Because people think sometimes people think, well, if you don't have the lard, where's the taste? But the taste is in what you be doing, sister.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what we do is we boil down, our chicken bones. We boil down our
Oh.
vegetables. We
All
don't throw
right.
those pieces away. So sometimes when people cut the head off an onion or they slice the eye off the tomato, we
Uh-huh.
keep all of those things
All
and,
right.
and we slow simmer that down to break it down. Then we strain it, and so we use all of that stock and all of those really good flavors that come out of the
You
vegetables.
just made somebody hungry out there. Me too, y'all. Y'all hear
Yeah,
this?
so
So tell me, what's the name of the business one more time for the people who just
Rain's-
walked in?
Rain's Kitchen, REIGNS.
And you are like perfecting what type of cuisine again? What is this?
Southern style global cuisine.
Oh, global Southern style cuisine.
Yes.
My brother gave you a head nod. You did a head nod. Now,
Thank you.
for those who want to reach you
Yes.
and know that you could literally experience this food in large catering opportunities, but you
Absolutely.
also do special dish. How do we reach you?
Oh, so you can find me on social media. So I am on IG. I'm on Facebook. I also have my website, which is rainskitchen.com. And so you can reach me directly. And I'm super responsive. So you're not always just getting an IT person. And if you do need to reach me, I usually reach out within 24 to 48 hours.
Now, we're in a time, and sisters over there, Jimmy Juice is getting her food. And this is what this is all about. Business Wisdom Wednesdays connecting. We had a lot of people having to go into business.
Yes.
I mean, like, I lost my job. What am I gonna do next, right?
Yes.
What's up with that? Because you chose to do this, but you also are counseling a lot of others who are being forced to do this. Tell me about that.
Yes. So my business was birthed in a time where everything was uncertain. I birthed my business actually in the pandemic, which is why I often say all glory to God. Because when all restaurants closed down and we were at a place where we didn't know what was contagious, how we were going to get sick, and people were literally putting on masks and gloves just to meet me to buy my food. And I was selling my food. I would meet them downstairs and pass them their food. And I literally built my brand in the pandemic. This is some of the advice that I give. Whenever you have a passion, because I wasn't sure that food would actually take me this far, but whenever you have a passion for something, stick with it. Keep your faith. Don't get discouraged. Pray. Keep praying. But most of all, stay faithful to what your plan is. And sometimes things will go wrong, but you can make some amazing things in a mistake. But most of all, learn from that mistake and continue to grow and thrive.
Learn from that mistake, continue to grow and rise. I think I see a Dream Out Loud hat out there. All right. Okay. See, a little bit of everybody in the place. We got some sisters back there setting up and all. We got a sister in the building who does speech coaching, right? Am I saying right? Speech, language. Okay, speech therapy. See how she corrected me? She's serious about her business.
I love that.
Business Wisdom Wednesdays brings everyone out. And we're here to hear more about you.
Yes.
Tell us what people don't know. Because, see, sometimes when people see you on TV, they think that you but you real. I can touch you. You're real. You're one of us, right?
Absolutely.
Tell us the truth.
Oh my goodness. Well, my most prized job, one of my most prized locations right now is located in the Ward 8. So I have a contract where I feed the underprivileged, where I feed people who may only eat that one meal for that day.
Wow.
And so out of all of the things that I have been able to do, being able to feed underprivileged community means the world to me.
Wow.
I mean, I've come from that underprivileged community, where people don't always see the best in you when you're an African American person coming from, the lowest ward in the area. Yeah. And so I'm from I'm from that area. I'm from Southeast DC. And so growing up in Southeast DC, where you had so much drugs and violence and those things, I was never caught up in those things. I've always worked hard and did what I had to do to be where I am today. And so now that I'm able to be in a position to give back to the community and also feed that underserved area, that is honestly what it's all about. I'm big on vision and community, and Rain's Kitchen isn't about the food. It's about the story behind it, which is why I think people end up loving the food so much. It's because most of all, there's a lot of love and a lot of faith and community that goes into the food. So
the next time you're thinking about having an amazing food experience, who do you call?
Rain's Kitchen.
Oh, and how do we reach you?
You can find me online on IG at ChefApril_W. You can find me at rainskitchen.com. And I still have a Facebook page, which is so old, but you can still find me at Chef April on my Facebook page.
I love it. We want to kind of unpack that, right? And what I want to do is this, right? Chef, you have so many people who are saying you, not me, because you're special. You probably got some money. Your mama probably left you a lottery ticket somewhere and all of that things. Your skin look too clean for you to go to work every day in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So what motivates you? Yes, you're feeding the community. Yes, you're doing this, but is it sometimes, does it get hard sometimes? And if so, how do you get past that?
Absolutely. It gets hard all the time. And with each step that I grow, it gets harder. So my biggest piece of advice is don't get discouraged by the challenges. Use the challenges to grow. Use the challenges to keep elevating yourself and learn from those mistakes. Some of the advice that I get, I'm not over religious, so but I have to say this: continue to pray with your whole heart, not just halfway, not when things are good, but also when things are bad. Because I think it's so important for you to believe in yourself and to believe in something that's going to continue to move you toward that next step. And so being a business, again, I face challenges all the time, especially with curating and opening different brands. At times I get stuck and I need help and I need to reach out. And I use some of the community resources to reach out to be able to ask those questions.
You read my mind.
Absolutely.
You read my mind. What are some of those community resources? Because sometimes people think that, I can do it all by myself. But the truth is, who really does? It's a community.
Not at all. So I have to definitely give you credit because from the moment that I met you, and I know you hate being put on the spot, but the moment that I met you, a lot of doors have opened for me and leading me in the right direction. And one of my impromptu conversations this morning came from Miss Sherry with just giving me information when it comes to business taxes. And so again, this is where it comes in with being a chef or being a small business. I started out of my home illegally. That wasn't legal, but I started at a place where the entire world shut down. So what do? You can either wait for the state to provide money for you. You wait 6 to 8 months for an unemployment check from an unemployment when you have 10,000 plus people applying for a check online. That wasn't what I saw for myself or my partner who was in healthcare, who was working that 12, 13, 24-hour shift, not sure if they were going to bring COVID home. Like, this really is a business that started in a really impossible place.
Yes.
This isn't something that came because I was left money. It came because I didn't give up and I believed in myself and I kept growing it and growing it. Once the world opened back up, I continued to just beat the pavement and continue to do my research online. I Googled who to speak to and who to talk to. I found names online that was the director of this or the director of that.
Yes.
And instead of reaching out to the person who was the administrative assistant, I would reach out to the director. Yes. I was emailing them, to see if I was going to catch a fish. and that's how I did it. I didn't go, I started with such a slow clap that led to a lot of the things that I've been able to do.
Well, that's how they do it in church, right?
Yeah.
One clap, then everybody's clapping, right?
I'm telling you.
And now we all clapping for you because you're doing good work, right?
Thank you.
So now, we know that here Business Wisdom Wednesday, more and more people coming in. And a lot of times we say, I remember when. You talked about starting at home. We got to start where you are. And you might not have 2 cell phones. You might not have a lot of money, whatever the case may be. But legal, as long as it's ethical,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And as long as you're providing a service that people are willing to pay for,
yes,
that service leads you to another service, because it's all about service, right?
Yes.
So where is service leading you? What's next for Rain's Kitchen, Chef?
OMG. So, service has definitely led me to some things like national televised TV, being a food stylist.
You can't say national televised TV and not say what channel, what show.
So Fox and Hulu, Secret Service restaurant, working with Chef Gordon Ramsay and of course Chef Rock Harper. It has led to some really amazing doors opening up for me. I have curated 2 different brands in the DC area. One is a seafood location and another one's a Caribbean location. Right now we just landed another deal with 1942, which is located in the heart of U Street, DC.
Yeah.
And so initially I was just doing a tasting for a brunch on Monday, racing to get to this meeting on Monday. And not only did I land the brunch, they gave me the entire place. So now I'm the culinary partner for 1942. And
Come
so
on, give that to her, please.
Yeah. Our first,
yes, she showed up and showed out.
They were blown away by the food. So our first event will be October 4th. And so we are literally working on that now. And to go back, guys, this is a new experience. I've never done this before. And so I was literally asking questions this morning like, hey, now we have to bring in a staff. I can't just use temps. Temps get expensive. Yes. And so sometimes temps are $25, $35 an hour. Now I have to get to a place where I'm no longer just using temps and I'm like, hey, I need to hire a staff. I need an HR person to tell me legally how to do this. I need to speak to a tax person to make sure that I'm not hit by the IRS because I've titled this person the wrong way or something's not coming out the right way. So this also goes back to with all the things that I continue to do and all the ways that my business continues to grow, I am not without needing help or to just ask questions. A lot of times it's really just not about the money. You can have a whole lot of money and be unhappy or not know what to do with your money. If you have the right formula and the right people and know how to search and just ask for help, it'll get you further than you can expect.
Today I was at the Office of Licensing doing just answering questions, and it was one young lady starting a business. I'm like, hold on, you need to meet this young lady. And they met, and then Miss Pryor, who's there, who is a Firebird graduate from legal. We came downstairs, and lady coming upstairs, and she's like, she does HR. So I'm hearing you. Sometimes we just got to have your antennas open. Yeah. You know where you want to go. You've been blessed to be moving forward. Yes. The people are coming, right? How do you stay grounded, sister?
Oh my goodness. The same thing I tell everybody, prayer, a lot of prayer, because it takes that. You have to have faith, and at least for me, I have to have it. I mean, a lot of times people judge a book by its cover. I'm a jeans, t-shirt, sweatpants, white tee wearing person, okay?
Okay.
I am so laid back, and then when I'm in the culinary world, my name isn't on my jacket. So they see me cooking and helping. Some people think I'm the help. I'm the boss. So
you do floors and windows too.
You see me. So people are very judgmental. So you have to be mindful of who walks in a room and to not say, oh, that person's probably not doing that, because I'm that person who walk in a room with a white t-shirt on and some blue jeans. And probably for some shoes they got at Burlington or for a discount. Okay.
Crocs.
So I am very laid back and very modest and very humble, but I do that a lot of times intentionally, because you learn a lot from a person who's going to treat you a certain type of way for not wearing a brand.
Wow.
Or not wearing your name on your jacket.
Wow.
So I'm not always walking into a room to identify myself or what I do, because your character is going to shine more for me when you don't know who I am versus than who you know or who you think I am.
Who you think I am. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to dive a little bit more deeper, because I want to open it up because y'all have some questions, right? My thing is, there's a lot of I don't know. Mm-hmm. And sometimes not knowing is that thing that literally like knocks you out, right? But you got to get back up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So can you share with us one of those times where you thought you was not out? Because we're going to record this and we know the kids isn't right. But you look to the right, because sometimes the adversity sets you up for a bigger opportunity.
Absolutely. So prior to my successful brands, I've curated a brand for a very well-known chef. I can't say any names. This chef promised to help with my, the curation and the growing of my business and my brand.
On a platter, right?
Yeah,
okay, keep telling it.
Yeah, so this chef was a very well-known chef and was doing a lot of things in a whole lot of different areas. And so this chef literally left me with their business for 30 days. There was no respect coming from the chef because I was a woman. And this person, again, I don't lead with a title. So I'm not telling this person that I'm pretty much like a master chef. I have several businesses. This is who I am. You don't lead with that. And so I lead with a lot of integrity. So the lack of integrity that came from the staff, the fact that the chef didn't explain to them that I was an overseer and I was there to watch the books, to keep the business flowing, to help curate recipes, to make sure that the clients were receiving the best food. And so this business was almost like a nightmare. But it was something that I didn't necessarily give up with. I kept pushing forward, and now this business is thriving, it's going, and it's moving. But I faced a whole lot of rejection when I got there. A whole lot of nights where I just thought that I wasn't going to see it through at all, And so that discouragement definitely comes when you're working on something, and you have to literally and it wasn't even the bottom up for me. A lot of times, even helping is a thing. And so I'm a chef that other chefs can call to ask for my help. And I'm kind enough to lend that help. Mm-hmm. And that's where it goes back to it not always being about the money. Sometimes it's about the elbows that you rub in order for you to get to the next step of things.
Because I was going to ask you, what did you learn from that? And then I want to, please, questions. We're about to get some questions. If you have some questions, please get ready to ask some questions. What did you learn from that? Because sometimes the greatest adversity, the hardship, is that very thing that is there to open you up to the next opportunity. So who did you become because you went through that?
Honestly, everything doesn't need a yes, right? Sometimes we want to help a situation because we see a situation in need, but that's not always up for us to fix. Everything doesn't need to be fixed for everyone. And so I learned that it's okay for me to say no as a chef, you know, and this person has a huge brand and a huge figure. And I told this person no twice. I should have followed my gut, to be honest, y'all.
Okay.
I told this person no several times. And it took for the owner to meet me in person to say, it's me. Why you say no? And then I said, well, dang, this person, and you asking me? Maybe I should go ahead and say yeah. But I'm already not built on brands. So I let go, not even my integrity, but I changed my own mind because I'm thinking this person is that person and they want me. So let me do it. It's just another step in my career. But that person I should have kept that no with that person.
Yeah.
And it took a lot more energy and time away from me building my own brands. Yeah. But I tell you this, once I walked away, the sky was the limit. I got all of the things that I was working on. It took me 3 months to work on that project. I can't tell y'all, I can't count the blessings I've had in the last few months, including 1942. Yeah. And then that makes me feel happy. I'm excited about that. Because I was kicking myself in the butt. And look, I'm human. I cry. I felt like, what did I do? Why did I get into this? I just put my brand on the back burner. I got this going on. What made me just dive into this? So ultimately, I got the respect that was lacking because I don't walk in with a title. Yeah. I got the finances that I was seeking that was almost a question if I was going to get. And as soon as I walked away from that and did the things that I knew was my calling, it all came to me.
Woo! It does all day long. It will come to you. So anyone has any questions, she's here. Because she's going to be back in the kitchen. You were probably in the kitchen today at what? What time?
I was. I got out of the kitchen today about 2 o'clock.
Yep. Okay. Hey, sister, tell us who you are.
Hello, my name is Shermelle Smith.
Clark
Smith. Let me not leave that part out.
All right. Okay.
Nice
my
to
name
meet you.
is Shermelle Clark Smith, and I am of Ward 8 as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
And in your journey, did fear seep in? And when it did, what did you do with that fear?
Good question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So I kept going. I say this and I say it a lot, y'all. And I know it sounds like a broken record. I pray so hard because I look at fear as being a demon. If you let fear just seep into you and stay there, what are you going to accomplish? Sometimes we can be our harshest critics and we can hold ourselves back more than other people can hold us back. So a lot of times that's just like somebody telling you what you can't do. I love when somebody tells me what I can't do. It's my pleasure to show you what I can do.
Y'all see that in her face, right?
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Really step back.
So when fear starts to set in, you weigh your options, because if you don't move and you don't get up for yourself, who's going to do it for you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So don't give up and start with little things. Don't feel like you have to set the massive goal. Start with a small goal. And if you can achieve that small goal, then you move to the next and you keep moving to the next. Don't ever give up on yourself, because, you know, some people will thrive on your demise more than they'll thrive on your success. So don't lose sight of who you are just because you're scared to do something. Start with something really small and just meet that goal right there.
See, Business Wisdom Wednesdays, thank you for your question. It's about being open and honest. That's why Hush Harbor is designed. It's for us to sit quietly, listen to each other, but it's also to say, how can we help each other? So my question to you, and you have all of this energy out here, how can we be of service to you?
OMG. Support. Let people know about Rain's Kitchen. Invite us to some events. It's not just about selling food. It's also about giving food. Like, I'll come to an event and I'll have free samples. I won't go to an event, all events, and say, we're selling meals for $15. Come get this $15 meal. No. I'll come to the event with small cups and samples to say, hey, this is Rain's Kitchen smoked mac and cheese.
See, hold on. She's giving, right? But no. I'm going to roll you back because you're giving. And nothing wrong with giving, right?
Yeah.
But I want us in our space to begin to say, like, for real, I'm going to throw this. I need Business Wisdom Wednesday to be full.
Yes.
I love all of you here, but I know everybody on this your cell phone was put up. But on your cell phone, I know you got 100 people on your cell phone, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, my sister back there, Jimmy said, right? Until we begin to start saying we're stronger together,
Yes.
we'll feel lonely.
Yes.
We'll feel like, but we gotta, so I'm telling you, that's what I need. I need us to make sure next month that this, Miss Allen is there, Atif and Sherry Gunter, Jimmy Juice and Mason Jar. Did y'all get some Mason Jar food? I need y'all to get some food, right? My sister got a whole table of information back there from you. Chef Rock Harper is keeping these doors open. So I'm not afraid to tell you what I need. And I want you all to come, right? Yep. What are some things that you need? Because there might be someone out here in the audience who is ready to also serve. Say, look, I can help you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So some of the things that I need the most is support. And so that's why, so not to get people discouraged from selling their food, but sometimes you can take maybe $25, $50. It doesn't have to be the entire event, but people need to know your name. And if people don't know you, they're not always in tune to purchase from you. And so that's where those tiny little samples come from, even if it's just a small investment. Because what's so important for me is that I had to invest in myself. And so I only say that to say invest in yourself, don't give up on yourself. And even if it's just a tiny little bit, when people try what you have, that's all it takes. I tried your juice. It was in a tiny cup. I bought it after I tried it because I believed in it.
A couple of bottles, right?
I did. I tried it after I had it. It was a free sample.
Yes.
That's an investment into yourself.
Yes.
So I say that because that's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I say support. Because even with you guys saying, hey, hey, Chef April, come on out. Or, hey, did you hear about Chef April? Bring people to meetings like this in a room like this so we can all hear each other and support each other and keep going from there. I'm a girl's girl. I'm somebody who gives information for free. One of the hardest things for me was to get the information that I needed. The person who gave me the information that I needed that furthered my career within the last 6 months, and you're gonna hate this, is you.
Well, we go back and go back and forth.
Once I met with Tate and I was able to express some of the things that I needed, he connected me with businesses like you all. And I had to do the work from there. He didn't do the talking for me. He just said, hey, this is Chef J. This is this person. This is that person. Well, he's like, well, what do you do? And what do you do? And that is what led to so many things. So for opportunity, what you guys can do for me is to be able to bring people to rooms like this. Tell people about Rain's Kitchen, what Rain's Kitchen brings to the table. And reach out to me for community events because I love being there to support our community.
If we don't, we won't grow. If we don't support each other, we won't grow. Everyone in this room, from my sister who has a traveling business to my sister who has a mobile bartending, she brings the juice to every room she's in, to my sister who teaches us how to, did I say pronunciate? Did I say that right? Okay, yeah. All of this is real. How good is that food? I got the thumbs up.
Delicious.
Yes. So, Chef.
Yes.
How do we reach you?
IG, Chef April _W, RainsKitchen.com, REIGNS. And of course, Facebook, Chef April. Yep.
My grandma used to always say, I'm praying for you, so live your best life now.
Yes.
So we're praying for you, right? And
Thank
so when I introduce you, it's because I believe in you.
Thank you.
What I want you to say out loud is, what is your next? Knowing that the faith that resonates who you are is going to elevate you to who you want to become. Let the world know who that person is now.
Absolutely. So with all the traction that I've been building, I've actually been helping other brands build. I've recently hired a pastry chef who is baking cakes. And so since I just put cakes on my menu, I reached out to the pastry chef and I said, hey, would you like to make my cakes? And I would like for you to come through. Take some photos with the cakes. I have a photo shoot coming up and I want you to take some photos with your cake. And I'm going to start posting you so people knows that Rain's Kitchen is purchasing your cakes. I have another friend who actually just became my business partner who makes drinks. And I don't make drinks. So I say, hey, want to make drinks for my menu? She said, sure. So guess what? Now I have another partnership with somebody who makes drinks. Have a partnership with somebody who bakes cakes. and makes different types of pastries. I have pastry ideas all the time and don't know how to make croissants. So it's like, hey, can you make what's in my head? So that's how things are growing for me, is helping to build and boost other brands. I told Chef Jay I want to have another baby and ask if she can be my doula.
See?
So look, I am that person. I'm telling you, like, and provide food. I'm just providing food. You know what I'm saying, for the baby. So these are the things that we need as a community, and I thrive on those things where if there is a business that I can help in a way, and it doesn't have to be a million. I can't help a million people, but if you can start with just a few, and you see somebody's integrity, you see the hard work they put into their business, and with my brand growing, and with some of the amazing things I've been blessed to be able to do, why not, now that I'm in a position, be able to put other businesses on? And that's what I'm doing.
That's what it's all about. What I would like you to do, a lot of times we don't get the energy until we in like a stress position. Do you all mind standing up with me? Do you sit here? And can you just give us some love, y'all?
Thank y'all. Oh, thank you.
I'm so honored for you to be here.